Rachel, would you kindly step forward here for just a moment? Rachel, you look like most women want to look, I'll tell you that. Would you be good enough to pose for us while I tell them, this is Rachel Mcleish, who has been a dancer for most of her life. She's been involved in bodybuilding for about 8 years and has been competing for 3.5. She has won every major title in women's bodybuilding, not surprisingly. She's the U.S. champion in 1980, Miss Olympia in 1980 and 82, and the professional world champion in 1982. She's always been interested in fitness, and bodybuilding was a natural adjunct to this interest. Rachel, let me ask you a few questions here. This is still America, and you're free to decline to answer any questions I may ask you. How old are you?
I'm 27 years old.
And were you always athletic and into this, or was this when did this happen to you, this interest?
Excuse me, I've been weight training for 8 years, and I initially started because that was the quickest, most efficient way of getting me the body I wanted.
You must feel real good about yourself, and it must do a lot for you emotionally.
I feel pretty good about myself because I've got pretty much total control over my physical being, and that gives you quite a feeling of control.
Right. How long do you spend in the gym? I mean, I assume you're there daily.
I spend between 4 and 6 days a week there, an average of an hour and a half each session.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It really isn't. It's a matter of being consistent and keeping it up all the time. Getting in shape is not an end. It's something you always have to be on top of. You have to commit yourself to it and then continue it from now on.
I assume you have a coach.
No.
You do this all by yourself?
No, my major is exercise physiology with a minor in nutrition, and so I feel I'm my own expert and I'm my own guinea pig as well.
Right. Are you single, married?
I'm single.
Well, you must draw a crowd. I mean, all right, let's go with some of the corny questions, okay? Some women are concerned that this will make muscles less than feminine and unappealing.
It's a paradox because I initially wanted muscles to make my body more feminine. I started out with a dancer's body. I had enough bulk in my legs, but my upper body was scrawny. I figured if I had a V-shaped torso, it would make my waist look smaller. But in order to get a V-shape in my back, I needed to add muscle. So I have rounded out my shoulders and just added shape to my upper body to proportion out my lower body.
Right. You actually then divide your body up into areas, and is that it?
That's it. There's 7 major body parts. There's the arms, biceps and triceps. There's the chest. There's the abdominals, the quadriceps, the biceps, the leg biceps, the calves. And an extra area for women is the buttocks, because I really feel we need to pay special attention to that since we do carry our center of gravity much lower. Therefore, more fat collects there. So we train just like men, but I feel women should pay special attention to the buttock area, and it does pay off.
Women have a lower center of gravity than men.
Men carry it right there.
Well, I guess it's about time we'll wrap up this interview, Rachel. Has your breast size enlarged since you've worked out?
Yes and no. During a competition, your fat percentage lowers dramatically. The average fat percentage for a woman in America is 25%. During competition, it goes down to somewhere around 6%. The mammary gland being mostly fat, it's only natural for you to lose it there too. But I have increased the musculature that supports the mammary gland. So therefore, the size under normal conditions and not contest preparation time, you're much bigger, fuller, more rounded with more support.
I see. So you're more pronounced, you have a more pronounced breast area, for example, in a strapless gown.
Exactly.
So you can enhance the cleavage, so to speak.
Yes, you can even create a cleavage like I did.
Right.
I used to
not with a wire brassiere, but with work.
Muscle. For real. Right there. I used to be funny. You could be able to count the sternum bone in my chest, but now there's actual flesh there. On your body, you've got a choice. You've got bones, you've got flesh, and that flesh can be muscles or fat.
Right.
And muscles is what shapes your body.
What exercise does that?
A combination.
Can you show it on the...
Surely.
You want me to get out of the way?
Here's the bell.
Maybe somebody, okay.
Right there.
What would you need? You need a bell?
Yeah.
Which one? Big one?
Small.
This one here?
It's a small one.
I can't lift it up. Oh, the small
I
one.
think she wants the small ones, the 15s.
Oh, this one.
The
All right.
15s.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Okay, it's important to follow the muscle function according to the function it performs. The function of the pectoral muscle is to bring your arm across the midpoint of your body. So any movement that does this or this, you know, remember those bust developers that Mark Eden brought out years ago? He was trying to follow the function of the pec. So nowadays there's Nautilus pec deck machines, flies, or at home you can pick up an old army boot, an iron or dumbbells, and lay down and go forward. Anything like that. I would need a bench for this, but maybe I'll go down on the floor.
Fine, great. I think I understand what you're saying, though.
Okay. From
Well, let me go
here,
ahead.
I need it.
All right.
I think I need another one.
Oh, all right. You want to get another one there?
Yeah.
Give her the other. Yeah, otherwise she'll have one, well, you know what I mean.
From here to there. From here to there. And you can alter the angle or degree of development by having a slightly inclined bench, declined, or a flat bench.
Stand up with the handheld, okay, and come down and look down, okay? If you would, there you go. This way. Now we're going to do it. Yes, ma'am.
Usually
And
done.
that.
This is just one minute. This is a fly. You can also do presses, which affect the pectorals, which also affect the triceps, which is the back of the arms. The great thing about bodybuilding is that you zero in on specific body parts and exercise it according to however degree of development or toneness that you want. In any event, you have total control over what happens to your body. Your muscles don't magically grow overnight,
Right.
which some people tend to be afraid of.
Right. Are you a naturally athletic person, or were you in high school? Were you...
Yes, I was.
Yeah. You really are very gifted, may we say that, in anatomically speaking, and you're certainly very bright as well. But did you run, or were you in track?
I was always the dancer, the cheerleader, and I was always active. I went to college my first year, and I didn't do anything. I went home one day, and my dad said, "Those aren't the legs I used to know." And him being a man of few words, I immediately went to a gym. For the first time in my
You mean
life.
he thought they were too what?
Flabby. I mean, I wasn't fat, but I lacked the vibrance, the tautness that I had as a youth. Okay, I was 18 at the time. So I went to a health spa. This is the first time I ever went into a gym, and I immediately fell in love with the atmosphere. There was chrome-plated equipment and dumbbells and barbells, and I thought, oh, wow, look at these toys that give me a great-looking body. And I found the harder I worked, the better my body responded.
Is that your natural skin tone?
I'm tanned right now because all of us competed last week, but it's naturally solariumized. I got it from a sunbed.
You did. Okay. Rachel Mcleish, as we've established, is the professional world champion of 1982. We want you to meet some other young women who are also involved in this, the activity of bodybuilding. We'll give this audience a chance to ask, could I do this too? And we hope you'll join us. Thank you.